Okay, so fairly happy with how the quarter panel's coming out. Now what we're gonna do is move on to the A-pillar. Get that sorted out. Somehow got super lucky and found someone online that was selling the actual OEM A-pillar replacement. I'm not gonna use the whole thing. Probably gonna do a cut somewhere up here. Maybe from that junction to the curve right here. We'll see. I'm gonna take a measurement, double check that the distance to the rocker is correct and that's not pushed down at all. I'm gonna measure from that side, make sure it's the same on both sides. Then we're gonna get the skin off and get the new one on. Cool. Okay, so I have a PDF repair file for the Supra on my phone. You can see the measurements, so that's what we're gonna measure from, and we're gonna double check the driver's side. Make sure that's good too. Okay, so got the tape measure taped up. Hard to do this with two hands. So the measurement right there is 31.26. So we're gonna measure to this little indent right there. That's what they're talking about. So let me put my phone down. Here's the tape measure. I got it taped up to where it needs to be. And throw that guy right there. There's 31.2. I mean, that looks good enough for me. So definitely don't think the roof is pushed down. What we'll do though is, obviously once we get this on, the skin on, I'll put the connecting bracket back in for the roof, and we'll fit the roof and make sure everything is perfect though. Cool. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. This took me a little bit to figure out where I wanted to do the cut here. See if I can show this. So there's a little hump right here. It's part of like a natural form. Right there. I think that's where the cut line will be. And then when I weld, that bump will just be a nice little helpful weld line. Thinking that's what it'll be. I usually like to try to aim for some type of seam. So like right here, so there's like this seam where one structure ends and then the other one starts. I usually like to aim for that, but there isn't any right here that I can line up with. So we'll just aim for right here to that hump and then come along straight. Okay. Same with the roof. We'll do the roof like we did that one. They'll pop up the skin of the top part. You can see right here the silicone bronze where it matches, which is really, really lucky. Think about it. This is the A-pillar, and the A-pillar stops right here, right at that line. And that's where all the damage is. So, super lucky there. Here we go. All right, battery's almost dead, but the first section's off. We gotta get underneath the roof now and get that section off. That's what it will. That's what the A-pillar looks like without the skin. You can see it barely rubbed right there. That's nothing. Nothing. Cool. Very cool. Okay, here is the A-pillar skin that we cut off, replacement. There's a hole right here for the seal, for the clip in the seal. So I'll just line that up perfectly. Put a little tab in there or something, that way it won't move. And now we can scribe our line, and then I'll rotate it to the other side and do the same thing. Okay, here we are, first look. The bottom right here needs to be trimmed up just a tiny bit more. It's just hitting on that. I gotta clean up the spot welds too. They're sticking up, some of them. But yeah, kind of looks better now. Got a ways to go, but no crumpled up parts. Cool. I'm gonna send a message to the owner. Pretty sure he's gonna be excited to see panels that aren't crumpled up on his car. Okay, so the last little thing that I want to do before we actually mount the panels permanently, gonna go through, clean up the spot welds. Let's see, they like stick up. Clean those up, smooth everything out, and then make a backing plate that fits right behind the panel for both of them. That way when we weld, we have something to weld to and can pinch it together. Definitely needs a lot more cleanup and a bit better fitment. You kind of see the line isn't quite straight enough. Keep messing with it to get the quarter panel to fit on good, so hopefully this will be one of the last times. It'll probably be this time and then one more time and it should be good to go. Okay, we're getting really close. I got this all really nice on the inside. The only thing now is this section right here that got hit pretty hard. So I gotta take it off and pull this out. You can see when I squeeze it, it really wants to go. So I'll get that squared away. Definitely need to clean up the bottom, but yeah, almost there. Okay, so I get down here. So I got some weld through primer underneath in between the two layers of metal. So when I weld it, it helps seal it off, helps protect against rust. I'm gonna start welding it together and we'll go from there. Cool. Okay, so I got the inner wheel housing here. The crack was welded up. Kind of hard to see in there, it's dark. There was also a few cracks on, I don't know if we're focusing, on the outside here, just from being overworked. I don't know if you can see, you can kind of see, so I welded those together. And now what I'm gonna do is go along and just clean up some of this rough stuff, get all of this level nice, and then clean up these spot welds, make all of the spot welds in the car nice and ready for prep. Okay, so I've been doing a ton of work on this section right here, trying to get that pulled out better. Gotta clean up a little bit and then that'll be good to go. We have this back section flushed out better. Now what I'm going to do is actually do the cut on the inside here, because this was folded up. I'm gonna just cut it, and then when I attach it, it'll be with glue on the outside. And that way you don't have that fold and then you don't have dirt get trapped in there. Cool. So this goes. Okay, what I just did was I put on an etching primer, just because there's a lot of areas that had bare metal shown. This will just help protect against rust down in the future. And there's like a little spot right here that I should probably spray too, just so we don't have any problems in the future. So, cool. Okay, so I went ahead and let's see here, how can I do this? So see these ridges? I marked each location out that I gotta clear to bare metal on the other side. So when I attach it, it can attach to those points. So there's nothing that's gonna hit right there, but it's gonna hit right here, for example. So now I gotta clean that up. Clean this up so we can weld. And do one final check. I gotta clean the backside up so that can be welded, and then the bottom, yeah, almost there. Here we go. Okay, so here's an example of the lines that I drew. Know where the primer or whatever the stuff is that they have on it needs to come off, so I can get to bare metal. All right, so I got a lot of this ready to go now. Got a backing plate right here for welding that section up. That's painted in a weld through primer. Got the back looking pretty good. Everything's cleaned up here. The panel is prepped. I got weld through primer on it. We are ready to go. I am going to start putting glue on. It's going to be pretty hard for me to record and do all that because my hands will get super messy. So I think we're just going to do a wide shot while I do the whole thing. And then we'll come in afterwards and show you when it's on the car. Here we go. All right, guys. Whew. Got a ton of clamps going on. Ton of them. This in the back needs to be welded. Ton up top. Get a weld going through there. This turned out really good. I just gotta maybe level it off just a tiny bit when I go to weld. It looks really good though. It is on. I'm gonna let the owner know. He's gonna be really excited. Whew. That was a task. Talk to you guys soon. Okay, I almost forgot. I wanted to show this roof line. So, yeah, I think that's a really good position. It's just the latch cracking. That looks all good. So the latch, it's going off. I don't have it fully bolted in yet. Cool. Okay, cool. All right, the glue is dry. I'm gonna start taking the clamps off. And we got a few spots we got to finish up with welding. And then get the roof welded in. We'll be good to go. Move on to the A-pillar. Cool. Okay, so I got a little backing plate that I'm going to use. It's going to sit in between here. Got weld through primer on it. Gonna just tack it in. So when I put the panel on, it stays in place. Okay, I got the A-pillar ready to go. I got welding primer on. There's a little tab that sits right here. Got that welded on. We got it all scratched up, ground up, so the glue sticks well. Got it over here. Backing plates in. Weld through primer. Ready to go. All right, everyone, got the clamps going. Got all the clamps going. It's looking pretty good. The gapping up here is like perfect with that like little hump. I don't know if we can see it. That little hump right there. That looks really good. Let that sit now. Finish welding it up. And it's all just the easy, tedious stuff that just takes forever. But it's not like hard. That'll be this. That'll be the only thing that's kind of difficult probably, but whatever. Cool. All right, this has sat over the weekend. Time to take the clamps off. Then we can start welding everything up. All right, to finish the quarter panel up now, gonna start welding the roof section, get this cleaned up, clamped on, and get the welds going. Gonna weld down here too, and back here. Get those plug welded. We'll be all set. Here we go. Okay, started getting some clamps on here. Kind of see the old drill spot that I had. So everything's lined up good. This right here feels really good. There's a tiny little like, I don't know what to call it, lip right here. It's just this section right here. This right here feels amazing. It's right here. So I'm just gonna try and work it down a little bit. Got this side done. And then we'll start plug welding. Move the clamps as we go. So we're nice and tight for each weld. Be set. Alright, I started cleaning up some of the welds. Boom, boom. Need to do one more cleanup pass. Stuff will be good to go. I didn't weld the bottom here yet, because I figure I'm going to put it on a rotisserie and weld it. I hate welding upside down. It's such a pain. Yeah, a little bit more cleanup on the welds and it'll be good to go. Okay, so one last thing quick do. Just so you guys gotta go on right here. Put that on, pretty much be set. Gotta go through one more time, clean up the welds that I kind of have a little messy, and then it should be good. The last thing to do will be take it to someone that has a silicone bronze welder and do some of these seams. That'll be set. It's looking pretty good though. All right, I got this thing welded up. I got it prepped. Need to put some glue in, glue it in. Be all set. All right, that'll probably do it for this video. I'm gonna get everything put away, get the car actually vacuumed because there's a lot of metal shavings everywhere. I will finish doing the weld cleanup once we get it on our rotisserie. Finish welding up underneath the rocker when it's on rotisserie, so I'm not welding upside down. And the next video will probably be the engine bay, so that'll definitely be a fun one. Make sure you guys hit me with that like button, comment down below what you think. See you in the next one. Peace.